The Last of Us series. The Last of Us series is one of the most anticipated series of 2023 and that fans are waiting for. In 2013, Naughty Dog released The Last of Us, which has become one of the most popular video games of all the time. This game depicts the story of a man and a young girl in a dangerous apocalypse. Before the release of the second version of this game in 2020, several attempts were made to make a live-action version of the first game, until HBO finally approved the production of a series based on this game. Stay with us, we will examine what we know about this series. Joel and Ellie. In the games, the characters of Joel Miller and Ellie Williams were voiced by Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. Both of them win the Best Voice Actor award at the VGX in 2013 for voice acting. In the series The Last of Us, the role of Joel is acting by Pedro Pascal, the famous actor of Mandalorian and Game of Thrones series. The role of 14-year-old Ellie is played by another actor of the Game of Thrones, Bella Ramsey. The presence of the voice actors of the main characters Joel and Ellie in the series The Last of Us can be good news for the fans of these games. However, they play a different role in-game. News about The Last of Us shows that it is currently unclear what characters Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson will play in the series. Also, Jeffrey Pierce, the voice actor of Tommy's character, will be one of the actors of the series, but his role has not yet been determined. The Last of Us Part 1, 2 original version of The Last of Us franchise have been released, and in 2014, a DLC called The Last of Us Left Behind was presented in this collection. This caused fans to have questions about the storyline of the series. According to the statements, the story of the series The Last of Us are about story of the first game. However, it is possible some parts of the second game will also be in it. One of the changes in the series compared to the game is changing the year of the epidemic from 2013 to 2003. HBO's first series based on game, from Euphoria to Game of Thrones and The Sopranos, since 1972, HBO has been providing viewers with outstanding and extraordinary series, and along this way, there are many successes received by home box office. HBO is looking for more success with The Last of Us. This series is the first series based on video games for HBO company. Greatest series production in Canada history. Every year, the production of many films and series from different companies such as Disney and Netflix is done in Canada, and the reason is tax incentives for the film industry in Canada, also reducing the cost of living for production agents and actors. The series The Last of Us is the greatest series made in Canada. The filming of the series was done in Calgary, Alberta, over the course of a year, and the producers have also created an environment similar to American cities by designing various filming scenes. First series from PlayStation Productions Studio. PlayStation Productions Studio was launched in 2019 to make movies and series based on video games. In 2022, this studio with Sony Pictures managed to produce Uncharted movie based on the game. Production Studio is developing 3 other films based on video games. The company is looking for make more series adaptations based on games such as Twisted Metal, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn 2074. The Last of Us soundtrack. Of course, fans remember the interesting and attractive soundtracks of the game. The sounds of the acoustic guitar along with the dramatic violins made different moments of the game scary, terrifying, and attracted the viewers to these games. This music was composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, and he is going to produce the soundtrack of The Last of Us series. Guest actors. Many actors will appear in the series The Last of Us, and guest actors will also play a role in this series, probably not appear in more than 1 or 2 episodes. These guest actors include Parks and Recreation actor Nick Offerman as Bill, A Wrinkle in Time actor Storm Reed as Ellie's best friend, and Nico Parker as Joel's daughter, Sarah. Fans, know about story of the series The Last of Us and hope that actors will play heartbreaking, sad, and disturbing moments in this series. Broadcast date. The first season of the series The Last of Us consists of 10 episodes. The story of the series was also written by the writer and director of the game, Nick Druckmann, with Craig Mazin. HBO Network will start broadcasting the first season of the series on January 15, 2023 on this network and also on the HBO Max online service. Comments: the number of critics' reviews on the website Rotten Tomatoes increased from 36 to 82 for the first season of The Last of Us. The rating of the series increased from 97 to 98%. On Metacritic website, the rating of this series has increased from 82 to 84 out of 100, while the number of reviews has increased from 18 to 36. The first season of The Last of Us earned a score of 98% on the website Rotten Tomatoes, surpassing other video game, making it the best video game adaptation according to Rotten Tomatoes. Critics' comments: Peter Travers, don't worry if you're not a gamer. This series, the best screen adaptation of a video game ever, will hit you hard. Co-stars Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey turn familiar elements into a triumph of ferocity and feeling. Lorraine Ollie, like the 2013 game on which it's based, the television adaptation is such a gripping tale of survival because it makes ample room for savagery and love, desperation and selflessness. Kelly Lawler, The Last of Us lives up to the intimate, visceral nature of the video game. Dan Ainov, The Last of Us balances cold terror with warm humanity. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. Please write your opinion in the comments section and like the video and subscribe to the channel.